Good evening and welcome to this edition of Reporter's Notebook. I'm Kayla Schmidt. Today we have reporter Aaron Deane joining us.
Hello.
How are you, Aaron?
I'm well. I'm glad to be back.
Yes, I'm excited to have you on. We don't usually get to do these things together.
No, we don't. My schedule all over the place.
Opposites attract, though.
Yes.
All right, so tell me a little bit about your story.
So this morning, I did a story about how the Alzheimer's Association has released their 2021 findings when it comes to Alzheimer's, specifically when it comes to race and ethnicity.
Oh, okay. So tell me a little bit about what they found, what that study found.
So the study has found, especially with experts here in Eastern North Carolina, they are calling the findings jarring. And some of those findings is that it reveals that non-white populations, so minority populations, expect and experience more barriers and have less trust in medical research and are less confident when it comes to access to professionals who understand their experiences and their backgrounds to, help better serve them. So kind of some of the numbers, if I would say to kind of spit off, would be 66% of Black Americans believe it's harder for them to get excellent care for their Alzheimer's disease or dementia, while 45% of Asian Americans believe that medical research is biased against people of color. And another fact would be that fewer than 47% of Native Americans feel confident that they have access to providers who understand their backgrounds.
Okay, so what does all this mean?
So with the expert that I spoke with, she's the director of the Eastern North Carolina chapter of the Alzheimer's Association. She said, well, of course, like what I said, when she saw it, she called it jarring. But she said it was a very heavy reminder that inclusiveness and diversity is very important when it comes to the programs that they put on and the services that they provide, because it is somewhat of a level of comfort when you see someone like yourself helping you with your care, whether it's just having knowledge of what it's like to be in your community, understanding the things that you may go through, so it adds a little bit of extra level of comfort, like I said. So yeah.
I gotcha. And for you as a reporter going towards this story, or I don't want to say attacking this story, how did you feel going about it, and how did you put it together?
When I saw the report, I was like, just kind of browsing through it, just kind of seeing like, were there any changes here in our state? Were there any drastic changes? And there were, in North Carolina. Think about it like this, Kayla. What is it? Combined across North Carolina, people spend a total of more than 500 million hours in unpaid care to take care of someone that they love. When it comes to Alzheimer's and dementia.
Ooh, jarring is the word.
Yeah. And this number is expected to grow when it comes to the people who are diagnosed with it, who are going to die from it. So, it's definitely something. And then when we look at communities of color, those communities get impacted a little bit more because there are issues with access to care because of the neighborhoods that they may live in, trying to fight through stigmas and all of that stuff. So there's just so many different things to battle. The soundbite, when you guys, if you want to go to the story and watch it, you hear her say that dementia and Alzheimer's, it impacts more than, of course, just the person who's living with it.
100%.
But it impacts the caregiver. It impacts the family. It impacts the community. It just hits us all in all different ways. So when you see these numbers and you hear these facts, it kind of makes you, back
up a little bit.
Yeah, it kind of makes you say, okay, you know what? We do need to change up our approach. And that's what they're trying to do.
Awesome. I love that they're trying to do something and act to change it. And we're
proactive.
seeing, proactive. And we're seeing a little bit of that with the COVID vaccine and COVID in general, making sure, these marginalized communities do have the proper education to know about the virus, to know about what's in these vaccines, and to make their choice if they want to get it. So Do you have anything else to say on that, Aaron?
Well, yeah, I was going to say, you know, some of the groups that they're trying to partner with are, of course, churches, the Prince Hall Masons, and another group is the National Hispanic Council on Aging. And these are all groups that specifically, you know, work with people of color in different minority communities. So, you know, they're definitely, you know, hopefully heading in the right direction when it comes to, you know, tackling this really expensive disease.
That's the key. Expensive.
Yeah,
we all
expensive.
know money is
Tight.
Yes, but thank you so much, Aaron, for joining
for
us.
having me.
Yes, and thank you y'all for watching this edition of Reporter's Notebook. I'm Kayla Schmidt. I will see you next time.